What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is John Paul Investing. So today I'm going to talk to you about Riot Blockchain. These guys are a cryptocurrency mining company. Right now they're focused primarily on Bitcoin, but in the past they were mining Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. But I think it's a wise decision that they focus primarily on Bitcoin because I believe in the future and currently that Bitcoin will remain the dominant cryptocurrency and a lot of these other cryptocurrencies will get phased out over time. But before I got into the video, I just wanted to remind you guys that if you guys like to watch videos regarding stocks and even Bitcoin, I highly recommend you guys subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel a whole lot and it's 100% free. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button. So going onto their website, riotblockchain.com, we can get some basic information about them. So clicking here up top on Bitcoin mining, we get led to this page right here. Our 100% dedicated Bitcoin mining operation is currently located in CoinMint LLP's Massena, New York facility, which houses our currently deployed hardware fleet consisting of 6,040 next-gen Bitmain Antminers. We currently have a deployed hash rate capacity of 456 petahashes, utilizing approximately 16.3 megawatts of energy. Riot has 1,000 more S19 Pros scheduled for delivery in early November 2020, which is expected to increase our hash rate capacity to 566 petahashes, utilizing approximately 19.7 megawatts of energy. We also have 8,000 S19 Pros scheduled for delivery in equal installments over the first 4 months of 2021. By early May of 2021, we are expecting to have a total hash rate capacity of 1.45 exahashes or 1,446 petahashes while utilizing approximately 46 megawatts of energy. So I did a little bit of research as to figure out how much Bitcoin Riot Blockchain is mining every month, and I stumbled across this article on Coindesk.com. So according to this article, we can see that in Q3 of last year, Riot Blockchain mined a total of 222 Bitcoins. And we can see here that over the long term, it's essentially just been decreasing and decreasing as time goes on. So as you guys may or may not already know, whenever these miners mine blocks in Bitcoin or essentially audit the network, every 10 minutes, the miners have a chance to win or get rewarded up to 6.25 Bitcoins. And this is all by lottery, nothing's guaranteed. I'm not sure if Riot Blockchain is operating on their own or if they're in a mining pool. But the point is that over time, no matter how you look at it, miners will be getting less and less Bitcoins rewarded to them because Bitcoin does have halving events that happen every 210,000 blocks. So I did a little bit of math according to the numbers that were given to us on this page right here. They are operating at 456,000 petahashes, and they're consuming 16.7 megawatts or 16.7 million watts. And the cost per kilowatt hour I googled is around 21 cents in New York. I couldn't find exactly what their cost is, but I'm kind of guessing here. This gives us around 3.12 Bitcoin mined per day, and this is relevant to the current difficulty in the network right now. So with these numbers, we can kind of have a ballpark figure of what kind of profitability we can expect in Riot Blockchain going into Q4 of last year. So going back to the mining profitability calculator, we're going to assume as a constant, of course this can change based on network difficulty, but we're going to assume as a constant that they are mining 3.12 Bitcoins per day. And in Q4 of last year, we had 92 days. So if we do 3.12 Bitcoins per day times 92 Bitcoins, we will get a grand total of 287 Bitcoins. Now, this is if everything goes perfectly, and I don't expect it, of course, at all to be perfect. Now, if we're going to go based on difficulty, I don't expect it to be anywhere close to 287. So just to give us a little bit of margin of safety, I will assume that this is only about 75% accurate, and our end result is around 215 Bitcoins that were mined in Q4 of last year. So if we get this 215 Bitcoin and multiply it to prices that we are seeing today, which is around $40,000 per Bitcoin, we will see that they are hitting around an $8.6 million revenue for Q4 of last year. Now, to calculate what it's going to cost to mine these coins, all I did was I pulled up their most recent 10Q for Q3 and just get a look at what they spent in Q3 of last year, and it was around $4.5 million. And I don't think that all of their miners were operating. I could be wrong, but let's just round this up to around $5 million. So if we get $8.6 million and then subtract around $5 million in operating costs, we will be left with around $3.6 million in profit. and this is all profit. Now, the next thing we have to do is divide this across the 67.5-ish million shares that they have outstanding currently, and we get left with around 5 1/3 cents of profit per share, or earnings per share. So I'm expecting in Q4 that Riot Blockchain does have a profitable quarter, because if we look on blockchain charts and we look at the miners' revenues, I mean, we can see that the revenues have been pretty much parabolic over the last month. And this is because Bitcoin has been flying in price over the past, month or two. So essentially, I do see them being profitable this quarter in Q4 of last year. And it's going to be really interesting to see how investors react to such profitability, because they're going to go from being relatively unprofitable to, I think, very profitable going forward. I also wanted to bring up the fact that Bitcoin mining has become more efficient as time goes on. So we can see here that around every year or so, we see that Bitcoin mining becomes twice as efficient. The cost of mining Bitcoin is going down, while the network difficulty and the hash rates and, the Bitcoin miners joining the network is going up. And I also wanted to bring up the oil cost per gigajoule equivalent, which also is pointing towards more efficient Bitcoin mining, or I should say more efficient electricity, which is the whole basis of, mining Bitcoin. So if we're going to look at Riot Blockchain with their current price right now, it looks pretty deceiving to look at these two tops here, because back in 2018, when they were at $28.40, there was only about 10 million shares outstanding. So this made them worth, close to $200 or $300 million. But if we fast forward to today, they have around, close to 7 times as many shares outstanding now. So the same price actually values them closer to $2 billion. So with Riot Blockchain, even though the Bitcoin price has only doubled since the previous high in 2017 at $20,000 a share, the price of the company has essentially 10x'd. Now, the reason I won't be investing into Riot Blockchain is because I already have Bitcoin, so I really don't think it makes sense to invest in the mining operations of Bitcoin just because I already have the coin, and I don't really need it to produce for me, just because as an asset class, I know that over time Bitcoin will be deflationary, meaning that it's going to increase in value as time goes on. I don't want to be susceptible to any of the machine failures. I don't want to be susceptible to, fluctuating electricity costs if there are any. There's a chance that Bitcoin price could come down yet again, and the effects on the stock market, I feel like, are a lot more amplified than the actual fluctuation in price of Bitcoin itself. We've already seen a run from, $8 to around close to $30 in Riot Blockchain. So really, I don't see any advantage of, buying at the top in Riot Blockchain. And it makes a lot more sense to buy at the top of Bitcoin, just because I feel like, again, because if Bitcoin price is going to crash, I don't think that the crash in Bitcoin is going to be as significant as a crash in Riot Blockchain stock in the event that Bitcoin price does come back down. I think Riot Blockchain is going to get a lot of attention, but in my opinion, I believe it's going to be a lot smarter to just buy Bitcoin and hold it yourself, as opposed to, investing in a company to mine it for you, where you have no custody of the Bitcoin, and in the event that Bitcoin price falls, depending on the size of their operations, they might have to halt a portion of their operations, or they might have to halt the entire operation as a whole. I just want to remind you guys, this is not investment advice. I'm just trying to give you guys as much information as I can in a short period of time, so you guys can have a basic understanding of what this company does and the pros and cons of investing in the mining of Bitcoin as opposed to owning Bitcoin itself. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. If you liked what you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I make videos just like this one. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.